on.
And we're here. Third time's the charm.
Third time's the charm.
I'm Charles from the Dope blog discussing other people's excellence. We're at www.thedope.blog, at _dope blog on Instagram. And it's discussing other people's excellence. I like to focus on everything from hip-hop to entertainment to sports, Nets propaganda, the Dope Fights podcast, Bullshit Network. All of it can be found on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. And I'm here with the homie, Piccolo.
Logically Picking Podcast, episode, I believe, 3. I got another one to edit. Shout out to the sis, Naomi Brock, for pulling up. That'll be up as soon as I gotta learn this a little bit better. But my brother, what's good?
Nothing, man. Me and you were just chilling here. It's kind of funny because this is exactly what my podcasts, they diverged into what they are based off exactly what we're doing now.
Yeah.
Hit record, we'll talk about something. And that's why I made discussing other people's excellence. I wanted to be kind of positive. You know I'm a journalist, so my profession is hard news.
Yeah.
And I kind of stay away from the politics, but I definitely think some of the political memes on Facebook is why I got popped. I got to be honest, man. Like, that's what helped grow
I see some
the
of that
reach.
shit. Yeah,
and then I get no warnings. You could at least have me with that copyright. Disney and UFC, bro. Come on, man. Come on, man. But anyway, I say that in jest, but kind of serious. But other than that, I do what I do, pretty much what we talk about all the time anyway.
We've been trying to do this for how long?
Well, since you got the equipment, just start off in the new year alone, here in Jersey.
3
at least 4.
We got 4, we got canceled.
Because a month ago we were trying to do it, just timing was off.
Inclement weather.
And then 3 weeks ago was the snowstorm. And ever since in Jersey, we've had snowstorm, ice storm, snowstorm. But we can't complain because in the last year, other parts of this country have gotten fire, and other parts of this country are freezing to death, and we're neither. So at least, I'll take not being able to drive over here.
Yeah, no flash fires, no crazy shit like that. But bro, how about the power in the right hand of Derek Lewis?
Oh, we're starting with hot balls
Oh
today.
my god.
What, dude,
we could go back to Kamaru.
I love Kamaru Usman, man, and I think he gets a lot of disrespect. Like, some of the stuff I hear people saying online is so annoying. Like, when people are talking about him possibly being the GOAT, and especially the GOAT of the welterweight division.
Everybody gets mad.
And they bring up, like, Bones Jones. You guys don't understand that it's not always a pound-for-pound GOAT. There are people that are the best ever at their division.
The weight class, yeah. Hell yeah. I mean, like, now they're saying they're comparing him to GSP or wanting him to fight GSP. I think he runs into that because it's a wrestling thing, and it's American fans.
I want to see him fight GSP.
Oh, yeah. I don't know I think GSP will win.
I don't know. I think GSP will have a hard time if he has to go back down to welterweight, because the last time he fought was 4 years ago at middleweight.
Yeah.
So, think about it. Like, he fought at middleweight. He never fought at middleweight before that. Won the middleweight title.
He looked really heavy, too.
Exactly, but he looked comfortable with the weight. So I don't think he wants to cut weight and go back down to welterweight, especially with the Nigerian Nightmare.
Tiny. Have you seen him?
No.
He's been filming for Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Oh, he's doing the choreography again?
No, he's playing that character. That same character that Captain America beat up on a boat.
Oh, he's coming back?
I believe so.
Okay.
But he looked really small. I can't see him.
What do you think, before we get to the hot balls, Derek Lewis? It's so funny saying Derek Lewis to you. And we're not talking about our whole D-block. You know what I mean? Like, it's so weird. Like, it's like, that's why we never talk about him, I think, really, as like fight fans, because it's kind of like saying our boy's government name, and we're not even talking about our boy.
Yeah. That's funny.
But last week, especially with the call out of Game Bread and Jorge Masvidal.
Yo, Game Bread, they accepted that fight, and now he's saying he don't want to fight.
That's where I'm
seen
curious.
It today.
I'm curious. Did you accept the fight? And I'm not saying he didn't. I don't know anything about it. This is me being a fan and all the history of fights. They'll say they accepted the fight, but did they accept the fight, or did they accept their terms to the fight? Because a lot of times the B side want to get paid like the A side.
Yeah.
And then we're supposed to be hating on the champ for wanting to get paid more, when at the end of the day, I always make this joke with you. But I always make this joke with you when we're talking about Brock Lesnar and stuff. It's prize fighting. Like, you can't say that the winning the strap don't count. This isn't wrestling. You know what I mean? I'm the pro wrestling fan. You can't tell me that winning the heavyweight title don't count. And that goes for every weight class.
Yeah.
And as far as Masvidal goes, like, yo, you made your net worth exponentially better
Oh
going
yeah, he
forward.
came up last year.
Yeah, good for you.
Definitely came up.
I'm all for you defending the BMF title. But what you ain't won is a UFC title.
Get rid of that shit. That is some goofy shit.
I like it.
It was fun, but that's some goofy shit.
Yo, how come? Hold on.
I mean, if you're gonna do that, then there should be like a 165 title. You know what I mean? Like every 5 pounds or.
Is he still the BMF champ though? Because Usman won.
Usman's the BFF.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, yo. How are you gonna beat up the BMF champ and then you ain't the baddest motherfucker?
Yeah.
And that's what I've showed. I like that post-fight interview so much. He was saying put some respect on his name, and it was right. Because there's some people that were saying it was cringy. There were so many people saying he looks like a nerd. I want to know what nerd can kick your ass
fucked him up with a jab. That is the hardest jab.
Yo, that's the same jab that broke Colby Covington's jaw, and props to that dumbass. He kept fighting with the broken jaw.
Yeah, he's a tough motherfucker. You know what? I watched that fight the other day, and I actually had Colby up on the cards. Like, I watched the fight. I'm like,
listen,
like, yo.
I don't know if I ever had
won that if it was the distance.
I'll be honest. I'll be honest with you. The first time I watched it, I could have said draw, or, I wouldn't have been mad anyway. It would have
been a draw, too. Yeah.
Upon rewatching it, I've never watched it objectively. I literally watched it just to watch Colby Covington get his face beat in. Like, I'm not watching it as, like, the
he was
fight.
Taking pistons, like, that right hand.
They're both wrestlers, and me and my cousin Tim talk about this on the Dope Fight podcast, as you've heard plenty of times. It's funny when two wrestlers meet up.
Yeah, because you have the worst striking match you ever seen.
Or you have the best street yard fight of all time. Because the haymakers and like the combos, they're just saying, fuck it. And just swinging on. And then all of a sudden you're just like, this fight is way better than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah,
and
then
then
it really was.
There's other times where it's boring. And that's the weird part about Usman. Like, some people think he's boring. I thought Tyrone Woodley was boring because he was smart.
Yeah, facts.
Like, I don't get it.
Facts.
Like, my cousin says it a lot.
Willie needed a sports psychiatrist or something because it seemed like he got to a point to where he just wouldn't pull the trigger.
Yeah,
like bro, you're just standing there. Like,
I think the hunger wasn't there. Not saying that the professionalism or the professional fighter wasn't elite anymore. The hunger's gone. What's the old boxing line? It's hard to be hungry in silk pajamas.
Yeah,
like,
yeah. They were saying the same thing about Conor.
Yeah. And Conor, that's the weirdest part too, because Conor lost, the fight. He just lost the fight. It wasn't like he was out of it. And
I think he was winning the exchanges, but
he got caught.
The half kick, man, leg kicks. Once he couldn't move no more, his back was against the cage. He looked like he wanted to go somewhere, and his body was like, nope.
And then he thought he was still in his prime, and he got caught and just didn't move. And you're stupid. But I forgot about that because I haven't rewatched that fight.
Calf kicks.
But it was little bit, chopping him down in that first round. And this is from memory. I have not rewatched this fight.
All of those kicks were hard.
Yeah, but they were jabs.
Even the one that he was trying to check, still got through. Like, he didn't really check it.
But they were jabs. And he wasn't checking them right. I remember hearing that right after the fight. Poirier was like, wasn't even checking them right. Like, he was hurting himself by how he was checking my kicks, so I'm going to keep doing the kicks. Mm-hmm. But if you're just jabbing, I just keep jabbing. You're in a boxing match, right? If you're just letting me jab you, those add up.
Yeah.
If I land 20 jabs, even if they're butterfly taps, it's going to start adding up. You're going to start softening up. So, yeah, Conor has to improve, but people are acting like he lost to a scrub.
Nah, Poirier is the top of the food. Like, shout out to Dustin.
I want a trilogy, though.
Dustin's a beast.
I know everyone's like, oh, you're a Conor fan.
No, they're talking about it. And what I don't like about it is, like, come on, man. Like, you just got finished, and you're going to let this man fight for the title? Like, how much... This dude, like, when they say white privilege, is it like Conor privilege, like yes. real? Like,
it is notorious privilege.
Notorious privilege?
It's the notorious privilege.
That's real shit, though. Like,
prize fighting, yo, because you want to know why?
You do fucking nothing.
Half the roster isn't going to say shit because if they're the one fighting for that title, that's a payday.
Yeah. To fight him is a payday.
Yeah, and to be fair, he wants to keep fighting. And he's not, like, ducking anybody. He wants to complete a trilogy both ways. It's either going to be Diaz or it's going to be Poirier.
Take your ass somewhere. Go fight Rafael dos Anjos.
Oh, you wreck him.
Or somebody, because he's back down at 55, and everybody's like overlooking the fact that he came back down, and he's not a walk in the park.
Would you want to see a rematch with Bless Holloway?
Dustin?
No, Conor.
Yes.
You know?
Hell yeah.
Everyone forgets.
Especially after what he just did to Calvin Kattar. Whoa.
Poor guy. Like, I'm sorry, Kattar. And I totally read that name every single time as Qatar. Just want to put that out there.
That was like some Ultra Instinct type shit. Like Max put it on him.
You say Ultra Instinct, and he was that level of just like, oh, you don't get it. He was Ali level of, I'm going to land so many punches on you cleanly. You don't quite understand what I'm going to do to you. And he should be the champ. He got robbed in that rematch.
I think he did get robbed the last one. I think
people are mixed on the first one. I think he won both of them. I'll rewatch the first one. I haven't seen the first one since it was live, but
I don't know. The first one was close, man. I would say it was a draw.
He got robbed.
But I couldn't be mad that the first one went either way. But the second one, I definitely thought he got robbed.
It was good. Yeah, Bless is probably one of the best fighters, if not the best fighter in his weight class.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I can't say he's the best because he doesn't have the strap, but I think he should have won it last time.
Yeah.
He's been phenomenal. I would love to see a rematch with Conor.
Hell yeah. I'd say it's about time. But I definitely don't think Conor needs to be fighting for a title his next fight.
I don't think, and then go on to somebody else.
You know what?
Talking about Conor feels so weird.
Dana did say that they was going to fight again. I'm thinking that fight might be at 170. And I think they're going to let somebody else fight, and then the winner of that fight will...
Wait, what fight's going to be at 170?
The trilogy.
Which trilogy?
With Conor and Dustin.
No, that's going to stay at 155.
Think so?
Definitely. Because the only way he moves up to 175 to fight anybody, because that's still a lot for him, would be Diaz, yeah. That trilogy, maybe. I don't see him going up to middleweight, though. Like, I just don't see it. Or not middleweight, you know.
And Nate's weird. He's calling out 55ers.
Nate's calling out anybody because he wants money. And I don't blame you, man. Prize fighter, again.
Yeah.
But how do you feel about Izzy going after the light heavyweights?
If Izzy win this fight, oh my God. I think technically he could win. Unless Jan wrestles him. Like
I think he can win.
Puts all his weight on him. But as far as striking, he's going to pick him apart. I think he'll pick him apart. I don't think Jan's fast enough.
I don't want this fight. I don't even care. Like, I care in the sense of I'm going to watch Izzy fight, especially for another strap. Yeah. But, like, there's so many people at middleweight fight in the middleweight division. Like, I don't get the moving up. And then you got Bones Jones talking trash to him moving up. Why are you moving up? And he's been moving up for how many years?
You know, if Izzy beats him, Jones coming back down.
Yeah, if Jones is coming back down. Because I said it on my pod, I'll say it on your pod. I believe Bones Jones, for all of his legendary greatness and legacy that he already has, don't want to fight at heavyweight.
Yo, them last couple 205 has gotten his ass. Dominic Reyes jumped in his ass. Thiago Santos jumped in his ass. Like,
and the blonde dude that he had a couple wars with, I can't remember. Damn,
no, not Gustavo.
The first time I'm saying, like, that's another.
The first one, well, he said he ain't trained. The second time, he smoked him.
I'm saying that's mileage on the body, and he wants to move up to heavyweight. Yeah. And he ain't.
I think he's been slowing down.
Yeah.
At light heavyweight, like, those wins they were starting to look real undecisive, bro. And like you're not taking these dudes out. You want to go
after Stipe? You want to go after Ngannou?
Oh my God.
I mean,
remember when COVID popped off, he was trying to make that fight, and Dana White's like, no, there's not even a crowd, bro. What are you talking about? Like, you want to fight Francis? No. Like,
I don't.
Why would you want to do that anyway?
I don't consider Bones Jones the GOAT, mostly because of the PED stuff and all that stuff.
Asterisks.
Yeah, he's the GOAT with an asterisk. If you put him as a GOAT, it sucks to say because a lot of his dominance came before he got popped. After he got popped, he ain't that dominant. And that sucks.
And you see it in his last 3 fights, him slowing down. So it's like,
So like my GOAT would probably be GSP,
GSP definitely, yeah.
Who I'm also saying would lose to Usman in 2021 because
so? I don't think so.
One of them's in their prime. The other one's GSP.
That's true. But GSP hasn't been taking a lot of damage, and he's still in shape.
Oh no, it's not about a shape thing. It's about like if we were saying GSP was coming back and insert almost any other welterweight here. Say he was coming back, and I'll give Kobe some props because that'd be a name, that'd be a fight people would want to check out.
Yo, Kobe's no walk in the park.
That's what I mean. But I think GSP would win.
You could damn near put him on the other side of the coin of Usman.
Oh, thank God he didn't win. That's like one of those alternative histories.
Yeah. For real.
He's just still screaming MAGA. Stop the steal! I'm still the champ! Steal the champ!
Yeah. I hope he's fucking annoying. But
yeah, he's annoying, especially to me, because I like the pro wrestling aspect of this stuff. But I respect how he did that. Yeah. Like, I respect him getting his money.
He's about to get cut.
Yeah, get your money, dude. I just hate how he did it because I think he did what wrestlers do: amplify himself times 11, not realizing the bridges he was actually burning in his camps, and also not realizing the fans he was turning off forever. Yeah. Because just like Conor, like me and you like Conor because we kind of can separate it because in the history of combat sports, racism is just a thing. Like, if you're a racist in a pre-fight, no one really cares. You know what's
funny?
It's not right either. I'm not like saying it's funny. Okay.
Like when he was fighting Mayweather and he said he made a monkey reference. But what people don't realize, he's not from the United States. He doesn't even comprehend.
Oh, it's a different racism. It's still racism, but like as far as fighting goes, the racism, like the race plays a thing in fight sports. Like English and Irish, English and Scottish, Mexican and Puerto Rican, Mexican and American. Like, there's tons of different rivalries that are just based in that.
Yeah.
So
I don't think that dude's racist though.
I don't think he's racist. I think he's hyping a fight.
Runs his fucking mouth. Yeah.
Like, he comes out to Big E. There's a level of cognitive dissonance with racists, we all know. But like when he comes out to Big E, guys, like he talks shit come on. He's not the uppity type that Colby's trying to act like he's appealing to.
Yeah, Colby went too far.
Yeah, Colby did a whole different thing, but I get why people will never be fans. Conor talks shit about Muslims. There's a good reason why people will never fuck with him again. Colby talks shit about immigrants, Africans.
He was doing.
He talks shit about Kamaru's Daye. You can't do that.
You know, like
you gotta fight.
Chael Sonnen used to do the same shit.
Chael Sonnen was better.
He probably started it, honestly.
Chael Sonnen was
good. MMA, yeah.
Chael Sonnen was next level.
He said one of the Nogueiras was trying to fuck a bus because they thought it was a horse. He said something so fucking crazy.
Yo, I can't think of. I'm not going to do him justice if I try to remember things he said.
Chael was fucking hilarious.
He is all-time, absolute all-time American trash. The American Outlaw.
Yeah.
Like, he's one of those dudes that if he was 2 years earlier, he would have had a run that we kind of put him up there with the Cheetos and the Liddells. The fact that he came when he came.
Well, I think he was overshadowed a lot, but if you look at him, he's fought everybody.
Yeah.
He fought John Jones. He fought.
If he was a little younger, he'd be more dangerous. Silva. Thank God he came when he came, because if he was younger, coming up now, with all the knowledge that he'd be the best heel. Colby wouldn't have a spot. Honestly, like Chael Sonnen would have made bank today if he was in his physical prime fighting. So. But
he fought Fedor.
He fought everybody. Like,
I think he threw that fight. Did you see that fight?
Which one? The Bellator one?
Yeah.
It was that Bellator, right?
Like, what did you do, bro? Like,
no, I didn't see.
It looked so crazy. Like, I almost want to pull it up.
I would like to believe that Chael isn't the type to throw a fight.
He wasn't going to win that fight anyway, but...
I get what you mean, but at the same time, like, I don't... Like, throwing a fight is serious.
You have to see what I'm talking about. Like, the positioning, he, like...
I'd have to rewatch it, because
what the fuck
Chael Sonnen's more known for his talking than his fighting.
Yeah. Well, I mean, dude was decent in his prime.
Oh, no, he's more than decent.
He beat Anderson Silva for like 24 minutes and 30 seconds.
That's his classic fight. You're right. That's the worst part. Is that, like...
How you win the whole fight?
He talks so much shit to Anderson Silva, too.
Oh, he got smoked the second time. Silva put it on his ass.
Silva is the GOAT, too. Like,
Silva is a GOAT.
Spider Silva... What do you mean in his prime? Spider Silva and Izzy was a beautiful fight because you could tell that Izzy, for the first time in his career, was just like, shit, completely psyched himself out.
He wouldn't even look at him.
He was psyching himself out.
Yeah.
He was psyching himself out. And I don't know, what's your favorite Izzy fight so far? Like what couple
Probably
fights?
Paulo Costa.
That was a clinic.
Yo.
That was a clinic. Paulo Costa. I think Yoel Romero is in my top 5 favorite fights of all time.
After the Kevin Gastelum fight, Izzy just like leveled up. Like he just went from there to like. After that, he just, like, excelled even more.
Turned Super Saiyan.
He smoked Whittaker, yeah.
He turned Super Saiyan then, and then he turned Super Saiyan 2 against Whittaker. Like everyone, he pulled a Goku. Everyone was like, oh, he's Gohan, because you have Spider Silva. No. He was full Goku. He's like, or Vegeta, because he was kind of like, oh, you guys...
He turned up.
You guys don't get it.
He turned up.
Remember he wrote his name in the Death Note?
Yeah.
He went like...
He's comical, yeah. I like that dude. I like him.
And that's why I part of me can't fuck with Bones Jones the same way anymore because he was starting to hate on him for being a nerd, and it's like,
he's finishing his fights, bro. Like,
and all he said was like, I'd rather be a nerd than getting, being on coke and hitting pregnant women with my car, a tweet, and I was like,
it's fighting words.
Those are fighting words.
Yeah.
And who ran up? All that shit talking he was doing to the middleweight champ, then he goes to the heavyweight division, and the middleweight champ's fighting the light heavyweight champ. Same light heavyweight championship title that was dropped by whose ass, and who ain't fought. And I get why you guys wanted to fight. I don't think he's just been ducking every fight. I do think a part of it is Dana White going, hell no, your money, which doesn't make sense because
if he show up, it's money. If he show up,
yeah, but it's money regardless. People are going to tune in to Bones Jones until he's a bum.
Yeah.
Until he's unrecognizable to what he used to be, there will always be the casuals that will that will buy the pay-per-view just because Johnny Bones Jones is on it.
You think he could beat Stipe?
Hell no.
I don't think so.
Unless Stipe decides to become an anorexic and go down to light heavyweight.
What chances do you think Francis got beating Stipe?
Puncher's chance. Obviously, a puncher's chance times 100 because
I think he probably tightened up on his wrestling a little bit since then. But how much wrestling? Like, how much could you level that up in that time?
That's what I'm saying. It's not about wrestling.
Like, you're not gonna out wrestle. Like, maybe get some good takedown defense going, or try to pull a Derek Lewis.
I mean, that was
catch him while he's coming in.
Yeah, that's the puncher's chance.
Yeah.
Like, you just got to land. All you got to do is be good enough to have takedown defense. Like, I always joke because my cousins were the wrestlers. My grandfather taught me how to stand up and box. And as you know, just from playing around growing up, I'm like, I know how to like defend a wrestler because I hate getting, I hated that. My older cousin Alex, great wrestler in the state, would use 3 years older than me, would use me as the practice dummy. I'm not beat. Like, y'all don't get it. Like, we're going to stand up and fight because I'm not going down.
Yeah.
So, like, in my head, how I would do it is just get good enough at defense. Like, in every scenario, just figure out the way how you could get back up.
Mm-hmm.
And then as he's getting up, you go for a safe swing. You don't wildly try to just hit him. You go for that uppercut. Like, you got to just be the best possible striker and the best possible defender. You don't got to be the best wrestler.
Big ass dudes.
Yeah, Ngannou is a monster.
See when he picked up Shaq?
No.
Shaq, that's the first time anybody ever picked me up.
Me and you ain't small dudes. Like, just for the context of everybody out there, it's hard to tell. We're not tiny. He said this dude picked up Shaq, and unless I got back down to like a weight here, look at me like, bro, eat a cheeseburger at 205. I look really skinny. I'd have to fight at heavyweight, and in my head, I'm just like, nah, nigga.
Like a Derek Lewis, like he's short.
Yeah, but that dude's made out of rock.
Yeah, he is.
Like Derek Lewis.
He reminds me of the Thing from the Fantastic Four.
He is the Thing from the Fantastic Four.
Yeah.
He didn't have to hit that dude like that. I thought Curtis Blades was going to win. I thought Curtis Blades was going to win.
I thought Blades would have a better chance if he dragged him into those later rounds because he said it in the pre-fight interview. He said you don't put cardio and Derek Lewis in the same. You don't associate them together. Derek Lewis runs out of steam. We've seen him run out of steam in third rounds, and then he touches somebody, and then they die.
Yeah, he has to run out of steam first, and that's a terrible fucking game plan. Like, I get what the game plan is, but you have to survive. And if your whole game plan is just based off surviving, you're going to lose. You have to have an attack plan.
Yeah.
And I get
He did good the first round.
Yeah,
mixed the strikes up. He should have kept doing that.
Like Curtis Blades should have mixed up the strikes. And, what fight was it? Oh, my God. I'm sorry I'm going to forget this person. One of the UFCs in the last month, it was one of the ladies. She was hitting every combo and taking them down. I think it was the strawweight champ or the lightest weight champ. Was hitting every combo and getting every takedown. Like, that's the film I would show somebody for the perfect combination. Left, right, takedown.
Wait, who?
Oh my God.
Way?
No. The Eastern European chick.
Valentina Shevchenko.
Yeah, I think that's it. Valentina, the
She's
blonde chick, right?
She's a fucking Tekken character.
Yeah,
like she needs her own video game.
I'm pretty sure it was her.
Different.
I have to go back on my shit and listen to what I said because I remember being in amazement.
She's a scary
how
chick.
Technical the strikes were.
She is a scary martial artist.
And how are you landing 3 pieces and then getting a takedown? Like, the judges are so fucking stupid in MMA that they judge based off boxing. And I'm a boxing guy. I grew up with boxing.
They need to fix that.
Like, I grew up with boxing, right? And you don't get the problem. So wait,
They need more judges. They
need,
if you're going to have like 3 judges that the athletic commission uses for stand-up fights, you need 3 grappling judges or just more knowledgeable judges that know MMA because...
Yeah, they don't know.
Like, I've seen fights, and not very few of them, that you got a guy in the bottom just constantly attacking from his guard. The dude on top is not landing any punches and defending from the guy on bottom attacking, and then the dude on the bottom loses when he had the guy in trouble the whole time.
And there's other times where the ref doesn't even realize. There's been refs that haven't realized the guy on the bottom choked out the guy on the top. Yeah. That's not even an exaggeration. You're waiting for, you're like, oh yeah, which time are you talking about? You gave me that look just now. Like, the whole sport needs that overhaul. But my point was, like, how do you score
either
that takedown perfectly when there's people that think, like, defending a takedown after getting their face beat in a whole round
is points
for against the person that's been winning the whole round.
Yeah.
Like, it is. Like, you should take that into consideration, a good takedown defense.
Score the whole thing.
But that you shouldn't score the failed takedown defense in favor of the dominant person either.
Yeah.
Like, that gray area sounds convoluted. Like, what are you talking about? That happens more than you think if you're watching it as a sport.
Or, I got an idea. The judge should have the ref should have a scorecard.
I mean, that'd be cool. I mean, you know, it might turn Herb Dean into the ultimate heel, depending on how he actually feels about these fights. Because sometimes you got to figure.
I think Herb is good, man. I think he gets a lot of shit.
Oh no, he's my favorite.
But
ref.
He's good.
He's my favorite ref. Like, I know him by name. I got just at him like a handful of times in over a decade worth of fights.
Did you hear Derek Lewis? He said that's Herb Dean's fault.
No, I'm not in the contingency of people that feel the need to hear what Derek Lewis has to say after a fight.
I guess they was talking about him hitting him extra times.
Dude, those
he's like, that's Herb Dean's fault.
He was stiff.
Yeah.
How do you let him hit the dude like when he's doing this? You gonna hit me in the face?
That's Herb Dean's fault. The ref didn't stop him. That's his argument. The ref didn't pull him off. It wasn't done.
Damn.
Hard to argue with, but goddamn. You have to do that to that man. After the one, you could have chilled out.
Yo.
The second one, goddamn. Like, he didn't break his face.
Like Game Bread.
Oh.
Like,
he said it's absolutely necessary.
It was absolutely necessary. That was absolutely necessary. Ben Askren was hella shit. Hella shit.
You see him on Rogan? Like, he's like, I'm gonna break that dude's fucking face.
Oh, yeah, no. Masvidal.
He was dead ass serious. He was like...
Masvidal's so interesting to me because when they were trying to make the Colby Covington fight more than it was, and it was personal enough.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, politically, they tried to bring in the politics into it. And, you know, Latinos, Trump fans, yada, yada, yada.
Yeah.
Not realizing, as you know, I know, especially in fight sports, like, there's a lot of conservative dudes. It's not like you guys are really barking up the wrong tree if you just think everybody thinks one way.
Yeah.
And he's a Latino from Florida. Those are some pretty conservative motherfuckers. So I just think it's interesting because Game Bread has been him this whole time. And now he's considered...
voicing political opinions.
He's voicing his opinions, not just political opinions. I'm saying that
he's talking,
because he's been asked those questions. And let's be real, dude. Fighters can really make you just roll your eyes sometimes. And I'm just saying, in a world of Colby Covingtons and Conor McGregor's, Game Bread feels authentic. Like, there's a level of authenticity to him that even if you don't like what he's saying, you got to respect that at least he's telling you his truth.
Yeah, he is. He ain't playing.
So, like,
serious.
I think he believes he can whoop the Nigerian Nightmare's ass. I don't believe it.
He said, what did he say? I took your nose on 3 days and give me a whole... I love Game Bread. He's never going to win that fight.
No. I don't think so. And if he proves me wrong, hey, I'm down for that.
He's not beating Kobe either. Sorry.
Oof.
He's not. No. Sorry. I would love to see him do so. I'd love to see him knock his block off. I just don't see it happening. Just because of Kobe's level of wrestling.
You're right.
It's going to play out different. Like, look.
You know your black side just wants another flying knee in that match. You don't even actually want 5 rounds. You just want another flying knee. Just to hear that.
That's my favorite
highlight ever.
Favorite technique.
Flying kick. Flying knee to the face.
My bro.
Want to go night-night?
My bro, Steve Vitti. I remember we was at AC. We was at the Tropicana. And he's like, yo, what should I do? We're in the back when the dressing room. He's like, I'm going to come out and flying knee this motherfucker. Yo, he came out flying knee that motherfucker. I caught a picture perfectly.
Yo, that's
This
one of the
shit was
scariest moves. Because, like I said before, I can game plan for a wrestler, right? If you could just bring your knee or your foot this close, like a jab, it's a different